What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Too Pop to Handle. Today we are back with another reaction video. It's been a while since I've sat down and watched a music video with you guys, but when Taylor Swift drops a new music video, we've got to pull out the camera and we've got to do what we have to do. Now, you guys know The Life of a Showgirl isn't necessarily my favorite Taylor album of all time. I definitely have some mixed opinions on the album. However, I love Opalite, and I also loved the Fate of Ophelia music video. I think it's one of Taylor's best music videos she has ever done, and that was written and directed by Taylor, as is the Opalite music video. And just knowing how much Taylor loves Life of a Showgirl and how she feels so connected to it still, and her creative juices have really been flowing with the entire rollout and things like that, I'm sure I'm going to love this video just based on how much I know Taylor put into this entire album. And before we get into the video, I know there's a lot of conversations online about her releasing it on Apple Music and Spotify first because it doesn't count towards Billboard charts if it's on YouTube, which I have a lot of thoughts on, and I'm going to save them for Wednesday's podcast episode. So if you are new here, hello, my name is Andrew. I host a weekly pop culture podcast called Too Pop to Handle, where I cover all of the pop culture moments from the week that were just too pop to handle. And I'm going to talk all about my thoughts on that part of the music video and the rollout, because I have a lot of thoughts on it. And they're honestly, if you listen to the podcast and you know how I feel about, charting tactics, it might surprise you how I'm feeling about the way that she rolled this out. But if you want my thoughts on that, you'll have to come back on Wednesday and watch that episode. But for now, let's get into this video. I am so excited. I've seen a few clips here and there, but nothing that spoils the video or anything. All I know is that she tapped into everybody who was on the Graham Norton show with her, which I think is really fun and just a fun way to pay homage to the press rollout of Life of a Showgirl. So very excited to see everybody in this and just see what Taylor cooked up for us.
Maybe you're lacking connection in a friendship or
I already love this. Before we even start the song, this is such a fun way to start it with this 90s infomercial kind of vibe. This is so fun. Definitely different than anything we've ever seen Taylor do before, and just a different creative approach. I am so excited to keep watching this video. Even the scrunchie, it's so 90s. I love this. There's a friendship bracelet. The concept of the pet rock singing background vocals on Opalite, I'm obsessed. Wait, okay, I'm confused. So they both buy the Opalite. They both have these best friend inanimate objects. Then they buy the Opalite, and now I guess it's bringing them together? Sure. Love that. I love the little fortune teller that says the oh. That's so much fun. Oh my God. Not the Nopalite. This is so kooky. Also, side note, I like Taylor brunette. I like this vibe. I loved that, honestly. I really like the way Taylor is approaching these music videos. I think she's having a lot of fun with them. It's clear that she's having just a creative blast with all of these videos. If you look at the Fate of Ophelia, there were so many different pieces to it. And that music video really was what opened my eyes to what The Life of a Showgirl was all about, because like a lot of people, I was thrown off by the marketing, thinking it was gonna be this Vegas showgirl, lights, cameras, action kind of vibe. And then when I watched the Fate of Ophelia music video, it gave me this sense of oh, it's the life of showgirls through different eras and things like that. And I loved the choreo. I loved the concept of the continuous shots. I thought that was great. This is up there with it. This was so much fun. Such an out of the box kind of approach for Taylor to take this 90s vibe with this music video. I loved this. I love the way that she has everybody from the Graham Norton show involved, even Graham Norton himself. She has the entire couch plus the man himself involved in this. Really fun concept. I think the pet rock and the pet cactus as their best friend, and then Opalite comes in and brings them to each other. So silly, so not stupid, but just so slap happy kind of comedy, It's a very unique approach for Taylor. She doesn't take approaches like this. If you look at videos like All Too Well, or if you look at videos like Wildest Dreams. I mean, Blank Space has a few little kitschy moments and things like that, and she definitely leans into comedic moments in her music videos here and there, but this feels like she went for it completely, you know, like this was just all silly, kitschy, slap-happy comedy, and I loved everything about this. This was great, and like I said, yes, Life of a Showgirl is not my favorite Taylor album of all time. It's not even in my top 5 ranking, I would say. But you can tell that Taylor loves this album so much and is so proud of it. And that does buy it some points for me because it's really nice to see her in this era of her life, just like really enjoying being alive and like being a fiance and being in this era of her life. You know, it's been fun to watch. And I think this video is a great thing to just kind of stick in her catalog and to have to represent this era of her life. This was great, so much fun. And like I said, we will chat all about the concept of her releasing it on Apple Music and Spotify on Wednesday's podcast episode. So make sure you stick around, hit subscribe, come back for that because I have a lot of thoughts and I'm very excited to dive into it. I love anything regarding like chart data and things like that. I think it's so interesting and fascinating, especially in today's world with TikTok and the way that the charts have changed so much with bundles and singles and things like that. I have a lot of thoughts on this. I am very excited to chat all about it on Wednesday. But until then, I will catch you guys next time. Bye.